Oh wow, that is way too dark. Ah, mm, and I cannot pause a live stream. You guys can barely see me. Maybe I can come in the camera like this. All right. Guess I'm not going to be doing a bunch of moving around, but hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going live today. This is day 5 of our 30-day challenge. Um, about adding to our life force energy. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I am Goddess Nanu. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like, you share. All right, let's get this information out there in the algorithm, okay? Alrighty. So adding to our life force energy, yesterday we talked about rest, okay, and why rest was so important. Okay, I know one of the things I talked about was going into a deeper trance state during your meditations. Um, and I know some people we're like, well, how? I wanted to challenge those who are used to meditation to see how quickly they could go into a deeper trance state. Okay. And I know I went very quickly through that video, so I just want to clear up a little bit. Well, how do you go into a deeper trance state during your meditation, right? Um, and I'll probably have to make a separate video on that because I don't want to take away from the 30-day challenge trying to explain things in depth. Because I'm trying to make these little videos very quick so that I can continue to do like one of these every day. And trying to get used to doing a video every day. That is my challenge to myself. Actually, my dad challenged me to do that. So I am trying to do that, to fit that into my schedule, right? Um, which I am very busy, all right, but I am gonna make it happen. Yes, absolutely, for all of you. All right, so anyway, um, add into your life force energy today. So I'm gonna make a separate video on how to go into a deeper trance state because it's not as simple as me just in 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell y'all how to go into deeper trance state. And you're gonna go into a deeper trance state. It ain't gonna happen like that. All right. But you can look up, you can try to look it up and study for yourself and learn for yourself on your own. But I do a past life regression therapy where I guide you into a deeper trance state. The thing about meditation and a lot of spiritual practices is really you have to practice to learn. You really have to learn per experience. It's not really something somebody's going to give you some verbal steps and you are going to accomplish this thing. Now, if we're doing something together, then I can guide you spiritually. Um, and I could guide you in doing it, but there's no way I could really just verbally say, hey, this is how you go into a deeper trance state, and then you're just going to do some steps and it's going to happen like that. Don't quite work like that. Um, it doesn't quite work like that. Um, but I will do my best to take some moments, maybe to try to break down some steps for you guys and make a separate video because that's probably going to be a little time consuming of a video. All right. All right, so back to adding to your life force energy. And I hope you all have put into practice our step from yesterday and making sure you got some rest. Okay. And there are things that you can do. There are things you can do to help you get into a deeper meditation or a deeper sleep state. You can use music. All right. You can use anything that affects your senses. You can use color therapy, you can use sound therapy, you can use um, affirmations, you could use mudras, different postures that you can take to help you go into a deeper trance state. Or to accomplish certain goals during your meditation. Okay. Um, Anyway, and if you want to know about some of those things, make sure you get my book, Foundations of Self Healing. All right, where I do discuss those type of things in that series. All right, moving on from there. So, today we're talking about because I did touch on yesterday about getting proper rest. And sometimes, in order to get proper rest, you have to remove things out of your space that keep you from resting, right? So, That being said, another thing that helps you to rest better and also helps to add to your life force energy is to release negative emotion. To release negative emotion. Absolutely, right? So, what does that mean to release negative emotion? How do I do that? There's many ways you can release negative emotions. It depends on what the emotion is, and it depends on you as an individual. Sometimes screaming helps. Yes, sometimes crying helps. Sometimes um, hitting something helps. If you're a boxer, you want to release some negative emotion, you just focus on that emotion and you release it into whatever you're doing. You release it into your war cry, you release it into your regular cry, you release it into your prayer if you pray. You release it into your speaking in tongues if you speak in tongues, or into your chant if you chant. um, but you do have to focus on that negative emotion. You have to focus in deeper on those things that you may not want to even think about or focus on, and unlock some of those things you may have weighing on you, that you're not allowing yourself to be conscious of. A lot of the times you're striving to be positive when bad things are happening is actually counterproductive. It can be counterproductive. Sometimes you need to focus on all of that negativity in order to master it and release it so that you can keep moving on, right? So burying things, suppressing things is not healthy. And it also isn't the best way to deal with negativity. Okay, or what we call negative emotions. Somebody hurt me today, that made me sad, whatever it may be. Allow yourself to focus on that feeling and to truly release it. Sometimes things come up that make you think about negative things. And what happens when you don't release that negative emotion, you, let's say it triggered a trauma, right? So I can talk about crystallization, I can talk about different ways that this negative emotion continues to accumulate negativity. That's the quickest way I can put it. So you are actually allowing your life force energy to be drained, because a lot of times that negativity, that negative emotion, that trauma, that void or that blockage in your chakras, your energy body, your spirit, a lot of times those things actually attract what I would call energy vamps, right? And they're latching on to these things that you have not dealt with, aren't dealing with, and they are using these things to drain your energy, right? Because consciously, you're not consciously um, thinking about these things, but they're still on your mind. They're still weighing on your mind. You feeling stressed, you don't know why. You feeling anxiety, you don't know why, because you're not taking the time to really assess why you're feeling the way you feel. And sometimes it's because something during your day upset you. Um, Something during your day reminded you of something bad that happened to you before, or maybe it reminded you of when somebody hurt you. Um, or maybe it reminded you of something that made you very angry. Or maybe somebody did something that made you very angry and you just kept, you just brushed it off and kept going instead of dealing with it or expressing that anger. And those things build up. And sometimes those things can actually cause a mental breakdown. All right. So it's very important to release your emotions, release negative emotions for so many various reasons, right? For so many various reasons, you need to release those negative emotions, okay? But especially in order to add to your life force energy. You won't believe how better you're going to feel, how much more energy you're going to have when you release all of that negative, draining energy that you have leaching and attached to you from things that have been accumulating, right? So, I want to challenge you to do that today. Let's go into those dark places. Hey, it's dark up in here, right? How about we go into those dark places? Go into those dark places within yourself and allow yourself to feel all of those feelings that somebody has told you you shouldn't feel. Okay. Feel those feelings. Okay. It's okay to be angry. Absolutely. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be sad. And it's not your fault that somebody hurt you. It's not your fault that somebody mistreated you. It's not your fault. Um, Whatever it is that occurred, okay, that has you upset, you need to deal with it. Release those feelings. Scream. I was watching, what was it I was watching? Van Helsing or something like that. Yeah, I do like to watch movies, y'all. I am a movie junkie. I love TV shows and movies. I actually didn't have a TV for a long time. So I got into watching movies on the internet and things like that whenever I have free time. But I do love film. I love to watch them. But anyway, so I was watching Van Helsing, and there was a Native American sister on there. She was talking about their war cry, war call, or something like that that they had, and they were just like, and it was much different the way that she did it. You can tell that she had mastered pouring her emotions into that yelp that she had. It wasn't just a yelp. She poured her emotions into that yelp. It was like you could feel it when she did it. I mean, you can feel it through the camera. It was like, oh, you can feel it. Oh, yeah. But anyway. Right. So don't just scream to be screaming. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to scream, put all of that bad energy into that scream, and you push all of that stuff out there. If you want to send some of that energy back, let's say a certain person offended you, hurt you, send that energy on back to them. When you screaming, you send that stuff out of you and back to the person who gave it to you. Absolutely. All right. And that's going to help add to your life force energy. Absolutely. You're going to feel so much better when you do this, and you're going to be able to get up and do the things that you need to do. You're going to feel lighter, right? You're going to feel more energy, and you're going to make room for all the good stuff. Sometimes you got to get rid of all that bad stuff. You got to get all that bad stuff out so you can have room and space for all the goodness, the love, and all the things that you deserve to have in life. All right. Peace, unity, love, and light. All right. Blessings. Make sure you subscribe. Don't you see that button down there? If you're watching from Facebook or somewhere else, man, you better subscribe right there. Push that subscribe button. I need all the subscribers I can get, because unlike a lot of these folks out here, all of my subscribers are real subscribers. Okay. So go ahead and click that subscribe button for me so you can get the rest of these videos. All right. Make sure you like it. Please make sure you share it. Okay. Because I'm not paying no money for no ads. Hey, I'm just being real. Go ahead and share it so the people can see it and everybody can benefit. All right? Because I want to be connected in real time with real people. All right? Peace, love, and light. You have any questions about what I said, feel free to inbox me or drop it in the chat.